Right, Angelina, Sparkling Diva, back with another pick a card reading. This reading is on where you are on your soul path, because that can be really interesting. Because we all are here with lessons to learn and a purpose and etc. And where are you on that path right now? What have you already learned? What must you still learn, or do you have to still learn? And all that kind of stuff is what we're going to look at. I only have two choices because there's a whole lot of cards per set, and from various decks as well. And there is one card from each set that you can use to choose which resonates with you more. And of course, two crystals. This is Sedona sandstone from America, from Sedona, right? And Sedona has a very high energy. There's all these energy vortices there, and these stones are found there. They are nice and round and beautiful. Apparently, they contain a lot of crystal, and which is very good at absorbing energies, right? It's a very active stone. It's inspiring. It's grounding, and so on. And here we have the red tourmaline in moonstone. And both these stones have a lot to do with feelings, emotions, and especially the red tourmaline has a lot to do with the heart and love and so on. So please make your choice, and then I'm going to start the reading, and I'll see you there. Right, numbers 1, your first card. This is the theme of your ascension, of your soul path, this life, of your ascension. And then we have communication. And I'm not going to read what's on the card because I do not feel that's very applicable for this reading. This is more communication, well, connecting people, connecting with people, but also the difference, right? Connecting people. And communication can be anything, can be speech, right? Maybe an inspirational speaker or online. It can be an inspirational speaker. I always automatically think of them being in front of a group, but it can also be done online, of course. That's what I was trying to actually say. So on a YouTube channel or whatever, can take any shape or form. It can also be, written, maybe blogging or writing books even, or whatever, or maybe both. Maybe you feel drawn to both. I do feel it's what you will need in order to feel happy as well. And again, it can be in various shapes and forms. It can be on a large scale. It can be just, a small scale within your own social circle and family. And I do think that in order to get to the level where you can communicate clearly, you will have to, or you may have had to go through quite the process yourself. Because if communication is your theme for Ascension, if you communicate while you are not really balanced on the inside, then you can't convey a message clearly either, right? So it could be that it has been difficult in the past for you even. Maybe that's why you grew into this, that it can, it will be different for everyone, of course, because it's not a personal reading. But in any case, this is your theme for this ascension. Let's look at some more clarification on that. Then we have the goddess and healing. I have to just put them in like that to not get glare. And so we see here the goddess is a lot about the feminine energy and feminine energy is also for men, right? It's not just for women. Please don't get that wrong. Men also have feminine energy, like we women have masculine energy. And feminine energy is an awful lot to do with being able to not control, to go with the flow, and to trust, to trust that everything will just work out and that everything is in divine order, and so on and so forth. That is usually difficult for most people. It's also about creation, like being pregnant and giving birth to a baby is new life. It can also be figure of speech, a new project, right? That can also be your baby. So for me, this speaks also of having inner balance. That is necessary. It can be that your theme for your ascension, the communication, has to do with the feminine. Maybe that's your thing. For me, that is a thing. And maybe for you, it is as well. And it's very important at this point in the where we are as a species, as mankind as well, to get this balance and harmony and equality, true equality and respect between the feminine and the masculine. And we've come quite a way with that in Western countries, but we're still not there at all. So this is really very much needed in the world too. So it is very possible that your Ascension theme has to do with that. It doesn't have to be for everyone, but it is possible. And now there was another thingy that I now have forgotten. If it comes back, I'll go back to the goddess card. We also have the healing. I did say, funny, I spoke of that with the communication card. It is possible that you need to first heal things within yourself before you can come to communication, expression from the heart, right? So cleansing. Often we need to cleanse our hearts, our throat chakras a lot as well. Communication. Now I'm not going for the sacral chakra. That's not what I'm feeling really, or the navel chakra. I feel this is really more from the throat, so orally or written or that kind of stuff. So the healing, but also if you see what the man is doing, I'm not certain which sport it is. Let's say it's Tai Chi. It's also about inner balance. And inner balance, also the balance with the body, you and your body. And so that balance is important. Because I feel that here as well, balance in the masculine and the feminine. Here it comes up as well, balance in order to communicate in a healthy way. And we have nurture yourself. Nurture. And then it says, take care of your needs first. Your nurturing will benefit others only if your own needs are met first. Nurture the new in your life and watch it grow. So that's also important. Of course, the new projects, like a baby, if she would have a baby, right, a new project or whatever, you will have to nurture that. You have to water it, and so it can grow, and you have to just tend to it. But the nurturing yourself, if you, I've said this so many times before, if you don't take care of yourself, you have nothing to give to someone else either, right? So again, you're in a balance, feeling good yourself, taking care of yourself, and then you have something to give. And this is all still more info on the theme, right? And we have creativity. And that is also related to the goddess. That's also the feminine, is also about creativity. And here it says, take a risk if you are to lead a creative life. And Jesus, I'm so sorry, but that is because I need reading glasses these days. I can't see that anymore. That it is annoying, but never mind. I'm gonna check the booklet. That's easier for me. Anyhow, invite creativity into your life. Create something new for yourself. And so again, it speaks of something new for yourself. Funny enough, I mentioned that here as well with a baby, a new project, a new something, a new idea, and it came up here as well. Nurture the new in your life, and now it speaks of that here too. So maybe there is something you want to start or should for your ascension process, path. Actually do start something new, and it can be anything. It can be a new line of work, a new company to work for, new relationships, new friends, moving house, your own business, just whatever, a new hobby. Creativity in at least is very important, and that I feel that is really logical as well, because if you have creativity and it's you have let's say food to communicate to other people, to help other people with, and it also helps keep your balance on the inside, a healthy balance, so you communicate in healthy ways, in clear ways. So community creativity is very important for you. So make sure that you make time for that. That you're not just only busy with this, that, and the other. Maybe your family or just make time for your creativity as well. Very important for you. Right. This is also still more info on your ascension theme. And then we have school, we have study, which clearly are related, right? And I'm going to talk about these two first very briefly, because we already know quite a lot about your ascension. Anyhow, school, I do not see that necessarily being you, going to school literally per se. I see here maybe workshops to it could be doing stuff at school, depending what your what you want to communicate about, what your thing is, right? So maybe you do go back to school, or do want to go back to school to get more wisdom, and you need to. I said that just now as well with another card. You have to feed yourself and keep learning and growing and expanding and evolving, so you have new things and your wisdom expands and you have more to offer and new things to offer. That I feel that's also needed for you. So not becoming stagnant and just milking what you already know. Now it's also important that you keep growing, that you keep evolving, that you keep nourishing your soul, and that's also important. Hence the studying and possibly school. And it can also be workshops or in any case related to studying, to learning more, to becoming wiser and more knowledgeable, so you have more to share, and you need that as well. It's not just for other people, right? Like, okay, I need to offer more, so I now have to do a study, and that's not the right thing. That's not what I'm talking about. This is what you feel that you need for your soul to be nourished and to grow and to be happy. And this I love very much, and it makes me very strongly feel you are a light worker. Love and light and love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light and love to this world. So absolutely beautiful. So that's what you maybe that's part of this communication thing that you do, whatever it is, that may be. But it's also who you are as an individual. this is what you come to do as well. Beautiful messages. Okay, now we're going to look at where you currently are in your ascension, on your ascension pathway, but also at the same time what you have learned. The emphasis is more on that, what you have already learned. So you already learned to trust the niggle. The niggling feeling is something that maybe in the past, if something felt off, you just try to ignore it and just continue, etc. Now you know that if something feels off, you have to, well, maybe take a break and look at what it is. What is actually feeling off? What should you do with it? So, in that sense, it's trusting your intuition, not just neglecting these feelings and ignoring your intuition and moving ahead regardless. No, you have learned to not do that anymore. And that is really very good, because that means that you will not so easily go over your own boundaries anymore and get hurt in the end. And also protection, you have done a lot of work already, I think, like cutting cords, right? That's what it says there. Calling back your power, soul retrieval. So you've already done an awful lot of work on that, and you now have these abilities. You're able to do that. If you notice something's off, something's wrong, or maybe you have gone too far after all, right, that you have ignored that niggle, you now are able to call back your power and to restore your energy, cut cords if need be, and so on and so forth. So in that sense, you've gotten a hell of a lot stronger already. And you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So I do feel that most of you will know one way or another what your ascension is about. The theme, which was communication, right? And also that you're here to bring love and light. And you're not overthinking so much anymore, like analyzing and you know how to keep facing your true north. That does not mean that you have already fully manifested what you came to manifest, but at least you know, also because of the niggle thing, that you now are aware of that, and you now know when you're not facing your true north, and then you can course correct. So you're headed in the right direction. Even if you're not taking any steps, at least you're facing the right direction then, right? Away from what was off and what drained your power, etc. So that's really very good. And you have more trust and faith in your path. Now, again, I feel you've already learned and discovered and done quite a lot. So you have far more faith in that. Maybe sometimes it wobbles, that's fine, as long, it's like Joe Dispenza always says, it's about the refraction period. It's if it takes you days, weeks before you bounce back, that's not so good then, right? But if you wobble and there is a niggle or whatever, and it lasts for maybe a day or an hour, and then you've bounced back and you're facing your true north again, that's good, right? Then you can continue and go back to trusting your path. And also you're far more, what he says here as well, feeling supported. And this is what he's saying here, right? Help us in the subtle realms, divine orchestration, the council of light. So it's an understanding that everything is in divine order and divinely orchestrated, right? So that you understand that, you know that, you can feel that, and that helps you to bounce back if ever there is something wrong and to start facing your true north again. I really like this. Right, now we're going to look at cards. What do you still have to learn and do, but mostly first learn, I think. Slow down and spend time in nature. Take time to restore and yeah, replenish and nurture yourself. Again, the nurturing that came up with the other cards as well earlier on. Where is it? Here, with that tree, nurturing. So that's really important to take the time to nurture yourself and to rest and maybe meditate and maybe not. Maybe just like this woman, she's laying in a bed of flowers and feeling the planet, the pulse of Mother Earth, and just being and enjoying. And we also still have healing, deep cellular healing, Arcturus healing, physical and emotional healing. So it is likely that there is still healing that needs to be done. Healing by the Arcturians is very, very deep healing. They can also perform surgeries at times, the Arcturians. Is very high level healing. So you, even if you have done already a lot of healing and clearing and all that stuff, this is about deeper levels. It says that as well, right? It's cellular, deep cellular healing. So there's still stuff, and that's also okay. Most people still have stuff to clear. And you also still need to learn and do is to take baby steps. So action, follow your intuition, and take baby steps. So you don't have to rush into anything and run towards anything, but it is important that you do take action, small steps, and at the same time, because you shouldn't be rushing, that we also have this nurturing, taking time out if your body and your system tells you it's necessary. Big picture thinking. So I feel with that, think beyond the small, mundane 3D problems stuff like I can't do that and it won't work out, and what if it doesn't work out? What if I don't make enough money? What if I can't take care of myself, of this, that, and the oh my god, and what am I going? No, I'm not gonna do it. That kind of stuff. Focus on the bigger picture and on your true north and take small steps. Don't let yourself be discouraged by these ego fears and things, right? Keep focusing on your true north, on your theme, on being a light worker and your true north. And then we again water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. So that again comes up. So that's really very important. So you need again a balance, a balance between the rest and the nourishing and taking really good care of yourself, of your body as well. Especially your body. It says that as well there, and so balance between that and small steps. And all the while trying to keep your focus, your mind on the big picture thinking and not drown in ego fears. Right, now we're going to look at, with the tarot cards, what you can do to make it all go smoother. And in that sense, then faster, right? A more pleasant journey. We have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, and I have three more that I will stick in a moment. What is important to make it easier and smoother, and is to just be light-hearted, playful, fun, so not always serious. Stay tuned into your intuition, follow your heart, and use your that will help to tap into your inspiration, to your passion of what you want to do, what you come to do here. And then with the energy and the power of the King of Wands, you can just blast through any obstacles, right? And you can generate that yourself. That passion and inspiration comes from the inside out. Motivation is more external, and the inspiration, passion isn't. It comes from the inside out. You can generate that yourself, and that's what he is all about as well. So you need to get there, that you feel that passion, and maybe you lost that, I don't know. But it is important to go this route, right? Light-hearted, playful, and following your heart, and allow that to create that to flow into feeling that passion. And this is the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands. You will have to work diligently, so it might not go really fast. If you have a certain thing in mind that you want to do, that you want to manifest, you will have to work to fine-tune it, to maybe find your way, your own unique way of doing it, making it, serving the dish up, right? And enjoying that process, not being in a hurry. That's probably why we also had the baby steps just now, taking baby steps and not rushing into anything, because you need to fine-tune it. You need to figure out how to do it, how to make it, well, let's say perfect. Perfect doesn't really exist, but just I'm going to use that word anyway, to make it perfect. So it's really exactly the way you want it and how you want it and all that stuff, right? And once you have got that, you will you set it free. You can also already do this while doing that. Didn't we have another card that was similar to this? It's basically sending your desire, your wish, what you want to do into the cosmos, and there's a lot of light and passion from you, right? These sparks, it's kind of like magic. But Spirit is helping out as well as pitching in. Look at the sprites here. There's all these sprites. So the elementals and spirits are helping out. You're not doing this alone. We saw that just now with the divine orchestration. And then just, let it go, set it free, and then then things will expand and grow and come back to you, more inspiration and so on and so forth. And it can then really go fast. It can take off quite fast. It's so it's speedy. This is slow, but it will then really go faster at some point after you've done this and this. And it's also a message that the energies will increase for any enterprise project you wish to start. And when you apply your inspiration, your passion, your intention, your will, which is in these cards, and if you can put that in, and that here you're doing that, look at all these sparks, etc., and then it will expand and it will go faster and it will go, the energy will really. That's funny because this is also about expansion, and this too. Yeah, so also again, beautiful messages. Now the last three cards. The last three cards is about what you should do right now. Right, and then we have the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Absolutely beautiful cards. Love yourself. See how beautiful you are, how worthy you are, how good you are. This is all about self-love, the Ace of Cups, filling your own cup, so it runneth over and you have something to give, right? And see, oh, yeah, just see how beautiful and deserving you are. Look at that swan in the reflection with the necklace and the crown. And I think you actually already know that, but keep tapping into that. And the Queen of Pentacles, nourishing yourself and taking care of yourself, but is also very happy. I mean, look at her, right? She's so happy, she's so smiling, and yeah, I'd love to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea with her. I think she's a lovely, warm woman. So she's exuding that. But so take care of yourself. And again, there's also this part of self-worth, right? Knowing you're worthy and deserving, having a very good, well-developed self-confidence and so on. And yeah, very powerful and grounded, because she's the Queen of Pentacles and in Mother Nature. Again, also in nature, we've seen that a couple of times as well. Spend time in nature, enjoy nature, connect with nature. Very replenishing to do that, and have fun. The Four of Wands is about harmony and balance, and also having fun. It's also the marriage card, but I don't, yeah, it's really, I'm not going to get into that for this reading, but just have this, they're going to a party, right? And they all have this light. Carry your light, shine your light, share it with other people, like-minded people, I feel, because they're all going to this gathering here, and there's more of these lights. There's already, well, elves gathered there, and you're going over there as well. Just having fun and sharing, and people of like-minded people, birds of a feather, like-minded people. Find people like that, whether it's in a club, or maybe you already have these people in your social circle. You can also find them online if you can't go anywhere or don't know anyone, and that's very important. People that resonate with you, love you, care about you, but preferably also people who, well, just like-minded, right? Just not like your mother loves you. That's also great, but this is different. This is birds of a feather kind of people. So this is what you should do right now. And I hope the reading was helpful and resonated with you. It was absolutely beautiful, beautiful cards. So I'm going to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Right, numbers 2, your first 2 cards are the theme of your Ascension, and we're going to look into that to get more information. We have 2 cards for you. The other group only had 1, which was the ID, but 2 came out for you. And they are really, they really go together. We have weather, natural events, and we have water. And weather, natural events stand for symbols of your internal life and your mood. And water, they represent your emotional, creative, and spiritual lives. And so both are about your inner world, your feelings, your emotions, etc. So I think it's going to be much about dealing with your that kind of thing, your inner world, your emotions, expanding that. But we're going to have a look at it. Right, information on the theme, right? We have, to begin with, there's 2 more cards. A lot of cards came out for you. Relationships and love and trust. Now, relationships is not just love relationships. Of course, also love relationships, romantic relationships, but also friendships, colleagues, and that any kind of relationship, family, everything. It's important for you to connect with people and have connections and relationships with people that actually add to your life, that support you, that you resonate with. And then also the love aspect. These were the first two cards that came out for you. So this is really very important. Being able to let go and what doesn't resonate with you, who doesn't resonate with you, and open your heart. And it's also your relationship with yourself. Says here as well, right? Your relationship with yourself and others needs reassessing. Open up to love others by unblocking negativity. Embrace love without fear. Make it unconditional. So that might be a thing for you. Maybe things happened in the past, not just in love, that made that difficult for you to open up, to trust, and to be able to have good, strong, healthy connections without fear, without blocks, and to also find people that nourish you, nurture you, support you, and resonate with you. And that also means, and that comes up with another card with the action, that you are able to cut loose people, things, situations, things in your life, connections in your life that do not nurture you, that do not resonate with you. I actually feel that maybe in love, this comes down to having difficulty letting go of an ex and latching on to that, and it's really important that you learn to deal with that, learn to deal with loss. And maybe if you had shite experiences in the past, I'm sorry for putting it that way, then this might be difficult for you, this letting go stuff, because it's like maybe on a subconscious level, like, not again, right? I'm getting hurt again. I don't want this anymore. And yeah, I think this is quite a really deep thing for you. And otherwise it wouldn't come out as a theme for your ascension either. And if you get this sussed, if you are able to do this, deal with these things more easily, open up to love without fear, and being able to trust yourself mostly, that you can handle it, that you can deal with it, and that you're able to just cut anything, everything, anyone loose when they do no longer serve your highest good. Then you can do marvelous things in life. But if you do not learn that, it becomes a huge obstacle for you to manifest, to find happiness, right? True happiness and fulfillment, whether that's in love or in general with everything. In work, you yourself feeling happy with you. There's a lot of self-love here as well that needs to be cultivated. And then we have gratitude. Focus on the things that you have rather on the things that you don't or can't have. And then again, I feel like going back, and that might not be for everyone, but if it is for you about a love connection, a partner, an ex that let's say you lost, letting go, right? Being able to let go, to cut them free, to cut yourself free, and not latch onto that, and not focus on that love left your life, and oh my God, and I feel shite now, and I will never find love again, and I want him, her back, and why did this happen, and so on and so forth. That's so destructive. That is such a negative spiral that will not help you. And so focus, it can also be with anything else, right? It can also be with work, or where you live, or a family situation, just basically anything. Focus on what you do have. It can even be losing material things. So learn to focus for the most part on what you do have, on what is going well, on what is great and nice in your life. And so then you can come to feeling gratitude. And that can be so small. You don't need big things to feel gratitude. It can be gratitude for the sun shining, for, I don't know, having beautiful hair or whatever, or a good sense of humor and being a loving, warm person and just whatever, right? And feel gratitude. Aim for that. Start training yourself that you go for gratitude. Right, 2 more cards very quickly. Otherwise, the reading is going to be way too long. 2 more cards on information about your ascension. And so we have you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So likely you're already busy with this, with that entire process of being of being better able to deal with loss and cutting things out or people out of your life and so on, and opening up to love and heart's desires. Again, heart, right? The love, the heart. The angels are supporting, guiding and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. So that also makes me feel that you're already kind of on the way of doing something towards the Ascension theme. What have you already learned? I think that's really quite important to look at. We have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So things are changing. You are going through a transformation. And maybe that has already, finished. But I feel for most of you it hasn't completely just yet. But it is happening. Right, so that's good. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Well, this is what you have already learned or where you are right now. So you either are learning this to have good boundaries and where you need to have healthier, stronger boundaries, or you've already done that, which is why you can have this transformation and get movement, right? What lights you up? So, you have given that thought, what it feels good, what you like, what you need, and etc., right? What lights you up? You know what lights you up. So there is maybe not completely quite there yet, but again, you're in the process of that. So there is movement for sure. And then we have the warrior woman and the age of light. And with the warrior woman, it's about have you answered your deepest calling? So again, a bit similar to this, right? What lights you up? It says that fear is sometimes an indication that you are facing the right way. And it's about having courage, but it is not possible to have courage without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living in the heart. So that again goes back to being able to open your heart, that entire thing. Your fears, think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. So I think you are really, that's what it says as well with this card, that you are on the right track, even though it might feel uncomfortable. So that is good, right? And yeah, well, I can't remember now which card it was. Never mind. We're just gonna go on. The Age of Light. You have been training for this for lifetimes. You are supposed to do something to be seen, to step forth and be seen. It's not a lifetime to stay hidden. And sorry, I feel that goes together with the warrior woman really well, where it says that even though you might have fear, you still have to then have the courage that comes from the heart to take action, to do something, because you're not supposed to stay in the light. You are ready for this because you've been training for this for lifetimes. You can do this. Right, this is what you still have to learn to, get to your theme of your ascension. And then we have the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So again, where is that card? Being able to cut things out of your life or people and situations that don't serve you anymore. Severing, right? The great severing. But preferably not from anger, although anger can be very powerful and inspiring and give you the courage that that was spoken of with the warrior woman just now. Maybe you do need a little bit of anger, but then let it be healthy anger. So control the anger, not the type of anger that actually destroys you and maybe hurts people around you, and then when the anger goes away, then you actually regret it because you've done damage to situations, people, and yourself. So that's not the right kind of anger, but anger that is properly channeled and guided, and that can be very good to give you that kick in the butt, so to speak, to get going and to cut things away if need be. Well, clearly there are things, because we have the great severing, again, severing, right? But also the softening to love. So again, it comes back, that thing that you have to get more into your heart space and there to open your heart. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions, new beginnings. So maybe you're in a situation where it's a bit chaotic, maybe because you still have to cut things or people out of your life, but there is something new brewing. And we saw that with the transformation in a way as well, right? Things are changing, things are moving, things are shifting. And you'll survive this, you'll get over this. New solutions and beginnings. Those things are there for you to do. And it's important to forge, don't follow. Pave a new path and be the leader you wish you had. Be your own leader. Yeah, maybe that's something that you've wanted for a long time, but for whatever reason never got around to having or being. And trust. We had that card with the in the beginning, the trust card. Trust in yourself. You can do this. You can do this. Right. Next cards. I thought I was done, but I still have 2 cards here. I remember soul plan. So there is a plan, there is a soul plan. And I think you feel that as well. Maybe you never knew exactly what or how or, but there is a soul plan, and you will begin to remember that, feel that, right? It's not from the head, like, oh, I know what I have to do now, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other, and it's a feeling thing from your intuition that comes out. And so you are remembering, maybe you already have, and maybe not yet, but this is going to come. And all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze inward. And I also feel that this means that you begin to, or you will learn, you have to learn to trust that there is not just one way to Rome, right? There's several more, plenty, heaps of ways that also all lead to home. They all lead to, right? So that takes trust to believe that and to hold on to that. And to not start to feel lost, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do anymore. You will get there. All paths lead home. Right. Oops, I'm sorry about that wobble. Bumped into my table. Anyhow, we have your cards for how to make it smoother, your ascension path, so you can get to the full blooming, developing of your theme, right? Of the love and all that stuff, dealing with that and so on and so forth, especially also the letting go part, because that's, yeah, that comes with the territory. We have the Knight of Wands, the Moon, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Challenges, and there is the Hanged Man that I will stick in with. I'm sorry, that's because of the different names. The Knight of Wands is about having courage, being bold, daring to go out alone in the dark, at night, in the forest, to find that one thing, that flower, that gorgeous, beautiful flower that only blooms every now and then and only at night. So if you want that, you will have to tap into your courage and be bold and to go out, and where you actually normally maybe feared going, you need to do it if you want to get that beautiful flower, that gem that you're after. And again here, this is also, the moon is also dark and obscure. You can't see clear, right? It's a lot of mystery and it's also misty, so you can't see. So again, you need courage to go deep. You have to go deep. You have to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. To that, again, trust. We have again that card, it comes back, right? You have to trust yourself, your intuition, that you got you, that you can do this. And it's not going to be a lot of fun, I think, for what you have to go through, which is part of that transformation, but you have to. That's why you need that courage. It has come up a number of times now with the warrior woman as well, right? And the severing, we saw that too with a card, the great severing, the Mars energy. And you need that courage to venture out here, to do this, to go deep. And you need to trust your intuition. And because here, the Eight of Visions, Eight of Cups, is also a lot of options. Could be overwhelm, could be confusion, chaos, not seeing clearly, and you have to get through that because you're after that flower, you're after that gem. So you need to go through this process. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is about new things, etc., because it's an ace, but it's also about cutting away what isn't right, what doesn't serve you, what makes things obscure and foggy and all misty and all that stuff, right? So you can deal with this. You have to cut away the clutter, the chaos, the mist, so you can see clearly, you can have clarity, and then you can shoot that arrow, but you can aim it perfectly at what you want, where you want to go, which is that gem. So that's quite the thing, right? And then with the we have the Hanged Man, and I feel this is well, it can be, of course, looking at things from a different perspective, etc., etc. But I feel that for this reading, this is more like the womb. So resting, recovering, taking time. Actually, it's like the transformation, the card that came up earlier on, the transformation card. It's like a caterpillar, when it's transforming into a butterfly, it is in a cocoon, right? Kind of like that. you have to then, after this entire process, having cut away all the crap and that needs to go from your life, and having found that, you have to get into that cocoon to come out like, well, reborn, like the butterfly, right? So you can spread your wings and fly and feel, be glorious and happy and all that stuff. So you have to go through that process, and it might not be comfortable always, right? And you really need to tap into your courage to get there to do it. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck in this unpleasant place. I mean, these women are not looking very happy at all, right? They're also trying to find a way out, and they're lost, and the forest is really creepy and dark, and right, and they're sort of caught in this swirl of mist. They are not particularly happy at all, so you do not wish to stay there. You really have to go through this. Now we're going to look at your last three cards. Your last three cards about what you have to do right now. We have the Three of Swords and then the Hierophant, and then we have the Devil. Again, it might not be easy, but you have to do this. And you can. You really can. You can trust yourself. Just trust yourself. And if you want change enough, you can do this. Again, the first card, the Three of Challenges, is being able to walk away from people, situations, and things that do not serve you. Even though it hurts. It's okay if it hurts. You'll get over it. It will heal. You will recover. Right? And that's better than staying in a situation where you're not wanted, where you're not welcome. Staying in this situation would actually hurt you a hell of a lot more than walking away from it. It's empowering to walk away from people or a situation or things that hurt you and damage you and don't serve you. And it's difficult to run away from that stuff, but in the long run, it's healthier to do that. And then, you have your transformation and so on and so forth. And that's what we see here. Being strong, being rooted, believing in yourself, being able to commit to other people, to things, situations, to jobs, to yourself. Strong, stable and steady. I mean, this tree is not going to fall over easily, is it? And then we have the Devil, and that's an interesting card, because then again there is the staying strong. So really tapping into this power, this strength, not getting lured into anything silly, not by yourself, your own ego, right? Your own habits maybe. But also not by other people's tall stories and lies and things that will lead you astray. And really, there is nothing to fear. And you can run away. He won't stop you. He won't harm you. He won't do anything. He's just a liar with beautiful stories that they sound beautiful but really aren't. And it's just basically this image is there's a rat in his hair and a snake on the walking stick, but that's just your own eyes deceiving you and maybe wanting to believe that, but you do not need that. In a way, this is kind of like leaning on an external perceived strength that isn't a strength at all. You have to lean on your own inner strength. This is solid, this is reliable, this you can trust, this not. And so you can walk away, don't buy into it, and trust your intuition. Whenever you come across something, trust your intuition if need be, because we saw that as well, right? We had the intuition card with the moon, and we had the cutting through things with the Ace of Challenges and swords. That is the swords, and a few other cards about that as well. So don't fall for that. meaning this is likely going on in your life now. This is what you have to do now. Deal with these things now. And you can do it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had the Hierophant here in the middle. Right? You do have the strength. You do have the courage. You do have the power. You're solid. So don't let someone or something like this liar, take that away from you and disempower you then, right? So this is what I have. I do hope it was helpful and is helpful and that it resonates. And I'm thanking you for watching, wishing you a wonderful rest of the weekend. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.